Welcome to the weekly KK report. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed, just hit the subscribe button so you can get notifications. What do we talk about here? On a weekly basis, I talk about some form of health information that's related to the week or the season, and then I end up the report with what's going on astrologically, the energy, how you can best utilize it for your success. I have been utilizing this type of energy in business for over 20 years. It's really amazing. So it's like having a roadmap. So, you know, the information that you have to help you to make better decisions and to know what's coming up. So in the food avenue, as an integrative health coach, lifestyle coach, speaker, I know that food is healing. Food is information, it's medicine, and I'm fascinated by the healing powers of food. We've been talking about fall health, and one of the things that we have been mentioning are the different types of foods, like warming foods, like casseroles and squashes. And last week we talked about pomegranate. One of my favorite squashes, and I don't know if you've ever tried it, is spaghetti squash. When I was a kid, I was fascinated by spaghetti squash. I was like, are you kidding me? You know, how is squash spaghetti? And it was just so cool the way it all, you know, it looked like spaghetti when it was done. Well, here's the incredible part for you. You're gonna save about 30 grams of carb per cup when you substitute. It's a great pasta substitute, especially it's gluten-free as well, and it's a productive carb, right? There's lower calories, lower carbs, lots more protein, lots more fiber. It's got vitamin C, B vitamins, manganese, potassium, and really important antioxidants that protect your eyes, right? Like lutein and zeaxanthin. These are really important antioxidants to protect you against macular degeneration and other eye diseases. So it also saves you about 200 calories, I said. So this is one of the best ways that I found to actually do the spaghetti squash is slicing it. I slice it pre-time because sometimes it's a little crazy with the knife. But if you slice it like this and then bake it, the rings come out really nice. So you just take a sharp knife to get out the seeds, and so you just go like right along the edge here. It's pretty easy. And you can save those seeds if you want. Here we go. And you just put them on a roasting pan. I put parchment paper. You're going to cook them at about 350, 375 for about 45 minutes to an hour. I just coat them with some nice coconut oil. Protects them from getting too dried out. Gives them a nice, naturally kind of sweet flavor. They cook up real nice. And then all you want to do is really, really simple here. A little bit of sea salt and cracked pepper, and you are good to go. You'll know they're ready when they're soft. You let them cool for a little bit, and then you just peel the strands. They go really, really well with homemade red sauce, turkey meatballs if you like that, bison balls, so any type of meatballs you can substitute. For vegetarians or vegans, you can make an amazing veggie burger, top this with it, or just eat it like it is with some chopped up herbs on it with salt, pepper, a little bit of grass-fed butter. Delicious. So that's our spaghetti squash, guys. Get into the squash season. It's cooling off, well, a little bit here in Florida, but around the country, we've got lesser, sunlight during the day, so the days are getting shorter, it's getting cooler out, and we want that nourishing, warm food, and squashes are excellent for that. So I'm going to sit down and we're going to talk about what's coming up this week for the energy and how you can best prepare for it. So one of the biggest things is Libras out there, we have a new moon in your sign. right? So this is a time for new goals for all of you Libras and Libra risings. And the moon is still void right now as I'm making this video, but it's going to go into Libra tonight. Libra is all about our relationships and balance. It's about you're going to be getting feedback from your partner about how you're doing. That's what relationships are about. They're a mirror effect. They give you feedback on your cooperation or your relationship skills. So we need to know that we do need cooperation from others to go further. So anytime there's a new moon, like we're seeding that. So what's happening today, you're already getting some information about that new moon coming up. It is supported by the planet Mars. So that's an easy flow of energy. And Mars is in the sign right now that rules our groups and friendships. So utilize them to assist you in your goals. And in a square to Pluto, it helps give us a little bit of seriousness and focus that we need to bring things all together. The ruler of this new moon is retrograde, right? Venus went retrograde on Friday. Did you guys feel anything interesting going on? So Venus retrograde in Scorpio wants to get below the surface. It's going to be digging deep, and it wants to reveal something that's going on below the surface so we can see it. You might get that big reveal the 25th and 26th of October as Sun and Venus come together. Now, when Venus is retrograde, it's starting this whole dance. It is a whole process. I watched the entire thing. It's very important to us. When Venus is closest to the Earth, it's when it's retrograde. So when it's conjoined the Sun closest to the Earth, we got some pretty big news, all right? We got some revelations that could come up. So tomorrow we could get some big communication information around a relationship. So put your mantras and your intentions out there for things that you want to achieve in your relationships, about being more in balance, about cooperation with others, those type of skills, right? Wherever Libra is in your chart, that's where you need to get feedback from others and work with others, right? So Tuesday, Mars Day, it's mentioned Mars is in the sign of Aquarius. And if you're born January 30th to the 31st, you're getting a dose of Mars, giving you powerful energy, because Mars is a planet that helps us take action on our own behalf, okay? And it's also going to be triggering the eclipse that happened on January 31st, the 10th through the 12th. So expect some interesting stuff going on this week. Those triggers can come out in any different, any kind of way that was going on during that time for you. It's going to bring it up again. And let's see. So on Tuesday too, the moon is void all day. So get the work done. Get your, your accomplishment stuff done on Monday. The moon in Libra is all about action and cooperation. So things are happening. People are wanting things. Things are happening in that area of your life. But the moon is void all day. Mercury is going to be going into the sign of Scorpio Tuesday evening. So whatever information that we need to know about our relationships will be coming to us, and then it's on to focus. Mercury in Scorpio is like the detective. So we're going to be focusing more now on, and it rules daily life, it rules the weather, it rules like our communication, thought process. So we're going to be focusing a lot more. What else? Okay, so Wednesday is a Mercury day. We just mentioned that Mercury is now in Scorpio. It is powerful. It is power, money, and investments. That's what Scorpio is about. Jupiter's been there and unearthing some of the sexual misconduct that's been going on out there. But Mercury in the sign of Scorpio is focused. So that's going to be really great. And it's giving us a deeper investment in our daily environment. So we're going to be looking at our investment too and our finances. It stays there through October 29th, and it comes back at the beginning of December because there's going to be a Mercury retrograde going on. Mercury is going to go into its shadow by the end of October. So you can note that down. Mercury retrogrades, don't get nervous about them. They give us information that we need. Most important in business, of course, because we're trying to achieve things and timing is everything. On Wednesday, the moon in Scorpio, it's all about relationships in the evening because it's going to be sitting there with, hold on, let me see here. I gotta put my glasses on. It is going to be meeting up with Venus, and Venus is also square to Mars on Wednesday night. So some interesting things in your relationships going on. What's going on Thursday? So Jupiter's been in the sign of Scorpio, giving our Scorpio friends new opportunities and growth opportunities. So what has it been talking about? It's been talking about our money, our finances, our investments of resources. That means time, money, love, everything. It's where we join together. It is a terrific day to focus on Thursday tonight, on that night, especially because Moon and Jupiter coming together. And it could be a very lucky, spicy kind of a moon. And again, I told you, Mars is triggering that eclipse that happened the end of January in the sign of Leo. So interesting stuff going on for the end of the week. Friday is a Venus day. Venus, we talked about it starting its 1.5 year cycle. Very exciting. So some new things that we're going to be working on. Venus wants us to take some of our value and bring it out to humanity. And so each cycle we plant a new seed. That new seed is going to be planted on the 25th, 26th of October when Sun and Venus come together. And then it kind of unfolds. It's a whole process. It's an amazing process to take a look at. And Leos and Leo risings, very powerful toward the end of the week because Sun is going to be squaring to Pluto. Everything, and that's about getting everything under control and focused on. Okay, so get that together. The moon is going into Sagittarius. Yay. So that brings in more optimism, future thinking, and vision for the future. And it's about getting outside and feeling the need to explore, being a little bit restless. But what it gives is this great optimism because Sagittarius is another fire sign. So for the weekend, we've got the moon is going to be going into Capricorn as of Sunday afternoon. But for the most part, we've got this energy going on through the weekend that's optimistic and energetic, looking toward the future. It's a perfect work day now. Saturdays, because Saturn's in the sign of Capricorn, which is about mastering something. So today we're working with this feeling of optimism, which is excellent. So get some work done on Saturdays, and you'll be happy that you did because it's helping us to get some mastery under control. Leave Sundays for your day. It should be, right? It's the day of the sun. Sun is in Libra. It's about relationship. And the moon it's void most of the day until later in the day. So relax, enjoy. It's going to go into Capricorn in the evening, late afternoon, like 3:17 p.m. And it's going to be sitting with Saturn at night. So what does that say? Toward the evening and night, it's a time to get together your list for Monday and be serious because the moon then is going to be in an action sign on Monday, and we're going to be looking for accomplishment. Okay? All right, guys, I hope you loved the little video, and make sure you give me a little thumbs up if you like it, subscribe if you want to see more, and the spaghetti squash is amazing, so I hope you try making it. Thanks again for tuning in.